Hello and welcome back. I received my BDK Black Micarta handle knife yesterday in the mail, and this $10 knife from United Knives is actually really good at being displayed to other people, like as in showing them while just like popping it out whenever there's like a fight or something. But you know, this isn't exactly much of a fighter. Since it's a stiletto, it has a long blade with a pointy and slender razor sharp one-sided tip or side, and it uses a pretty modern opening mechanism, which you press on one side of the blade to open it, which it's kind of difficult to open, but it thrusts out a little bit on these, well, I shouldn't say guards, even though they are, but they're like to mimic actual Italian stilettos, even though they don't function at all. The unlocking and locking mechanism is actually a little kind of lever piece that's almost the same as my spring-assisted stiletto. You press on it or whatever, and it closes the knife. As you guys would probably see already, it unlocks it and lets it go through. This knife, the Micarta handle isn't exactly of the best quality. It looks like a bunch of threads put together and compressed. But it's actually wooden shavings, as I found out. Wooden shavings compressed and colored to meet the specifications of United Knives, I guess. And when I received the knife, it's a bit scratched around here, but I don't think that's a bit of a problem since it's going to be in the back of the blade. And when the order came in, this bolt or screw was loose and it came off. When I tightened it all the way, this knife wouldn't open at all. It just locked up and couldn't budge at all. And this knife is actually a good knife for its quality. The difference between the blade quality in these two knives is this knife, the edge is actually really smooth. In this knife, it's actually a bit serrated. So this knife would be like for chopping or something, even though it's a stiletto. You're not gonna cut much things with it. And this is more like cuttable for objects and rope and strings and a lot of stuff. But comparison between these two companies, well, you have to admit your specifications and stuff to the company, as in what do you want, blade quality or fast action and more of a showability or quality to show off. This $10 blade requires about $8 shipping, and the other one was a $8 knife that requires a $10 shipping, so it's a bit switched around. And on the catalog, it actually says it has a 3 3/4 of an inch blade with a black coat and an AUS 6 stainless steel blade with a razor sharp point. Now that's not necessarily true. The point on this is actually a bit like a, shall I say, a chisel, even though it's a sharp pointed tip. More like a shovel or something. I have to admit, even this Tac Force Speedster model has a more sharp tip than that imitation stiletto. And it is kind of different, even though when I stabbed a bunch of books, it made the same kind of dents, except that it had a more thicker blade than the Speedster model. So it punctured pretty good, because it's a bit heavier and a lot more versatile than this, since differences between these two knives, Well, there's not much of a difference. As I explained, there's a one-side guard here, there's a two-side guard on the other stiletto. This blade would last a lot more longer than the tack force spring-assisted model, since the bolt here is getting very loose. As I can move the blade now, when it came in the package, it was really tight, and I think I'd keep this for collector's purposes, even though it kinda sucks and it's really heavy, but it'd make a really good show and tell kind of blade. And the clip is a bit weaker than my spring assist when I did the review. I'm planning to take that out since it kind of damages your finger wherever you put it. Well, not much to say here now, since this is a really good knife for its quality, and I hope you want to buy some knives from BDK since it has the cheapest prices for one. And